Hey guys, Totw here and welcome to another FIFA video, and today guys we're going to be taking a look at potential FIFA 21 card designs. Of course FIFA 20 pretty much as of today has now even further died, really, to be honest. I'm not going to sit here and go on about that though too much, because if you want to hear about all my feelings on that, there is another video on the channel that I did make yesterday on that. Of course, if EA do still add more SBCs or new promos between now and FIFA 21, of course I will still cover them on the channel, but at the same time guys, I still want to keep you giving videos on the channel, and because there's nothing to really do on FIFA 20 today, I'm going to give you guys a FIFA 21 video and on potential card design. So all the card designs that go up on this video have been taken from FIFA rosters through the community section. Every single card that does feature in this video, below them will have the name that the card has been created by. So if you want to go and show those guys some support by kind of giving them like an upvote on their card to say like, I like this card, then you can go and do that on FIFA rosters. So every single card in this video will have the creator of that card just below them, because of course they are the people to thank for this mainly. I've basically just kind of copied them into this video, but I've still given them at least some recognition for that. And some of these card designs are absolutely superb. We're going to take a look at 7 different card designs in this video, including the likes of Euro 2020 and the goal cards and player of the month cards, stuff like that. So it should be very, very interesting. Obviously, since they're in the thumbnail, we've got a Euro 2020 card of Harry Kane, an icon Crespo, and also an in-form Mohamed Salah. So let's get into the first design, and it's going to be Euro 2020, or you could basically say Euro 2021. Now, before I say anything else, other people will say, you say card design. I do say card design in the fact that these are still designs of particular cards, but what I will say is that for the majority of cards you will see in this video, most of them will follow the same sort of skeleton outline, if that kind of makes sense, as the FIFA 20 cards that we have now. Another thing that I should point out is that FIFA 20 cards, that the overall skeleton base to them haven't really changed that much over the past few years. That they've slightly maybe gone bigger, gone smaller, or whatever, but they've pretty much sort of kept a very similar shape. Hopefully I'm kind of making sense where I'm coming from there. But as you can see, all these card designs here on this particular section all have the FIFA 20 skeleton base to them. So I just want to make people clear about that. But of course, Euro 2020 has been abandoned for, well, I say abandoned, postponed for this year, and will take place in Euro 2021. So obviously, that would have been some good, content to kind of give on the channel to make FIFA 20, the life cycle of FIFA 20, a little bit longer if Euro 2020 was taking place, but at least we still have it next year. So we won't see these card designs for quite a while, but as you can see, you've got like a Harry Kane here. Now, the one in the middle, they've all been created, by the way, by Flytrap for the Euro 2020 cards. The one in the middle looks absolutely superb. The one on the left still looks pretty decent, but I love like the little people I like the side, because that's actually stuff that's been included into the official Euro 2020 like cover art and stuff. You often see those little like coloured like red and orange people and stuff like that. So that middle one I absolutely love. Don't get me wrong, the one on the left looks pretty good, but the one in the middle looks absolutely superb. Then the one on the right, I have gone with Shearer here, because of course he did have a massive part. I think he was the Golden Boot winner in the 1996 Euros that did take place in the UK, and of course he is a massive legend of England and stuff like that. And also what we did see for the FIFA 18 World Cup mode was that we did see icons included in those. So again, we can expect to see icons included in some form of Euro 2020 or Euro 2021 sort of promo type of thing. So I think stuff like an Alan Shearer card there would be pretty nice with that sort of Euro 2020 theme. The next one will be Team of the Week. Will be Team of the Week cards. Now, Team of the Week cards are this year. I haven't been a massive fan of the cards, and I think they looked a little bit boring, a little bit too bland compared to previous years anyway. But we've got 3 different card creations here. The one on the left is sort of similar to the one of this year in the fact that, I do sort of like the color scheme, but it's still a little too bland for my liking. It's not flamboyant enough, and I think Team of the Week cards should look nice and cool and stuff like that. I actually haven't included any for Champions card to this video. Maybe that was something that I should have done. I might do like another one of these videos in maybe like a month's time or whatever, and include like the FUT Champions potential designs. But the one on the left, it's decent, but it'd be very similar to the one that we've seen in FIFA 20. Now, the one in the middle, I am a big fan of, done by Little Legs. I love like the little gold like X cross there. It looks, it looks much more appealing, at least as far as I'm concerned. So I think that's a nice card design. And then the one on the right is kind of nice, maybe a little bit too bright with that gold color scheme to the point where it almost looks yellow. But even so, like the background again is a very similar background to the card that we have seen for Informs this year. So definitely the one in the middle is a superb card design. The one on the right is pretty decent. The one on the left, again, there's nothing like massively wrong with it. You know, it's just not like, it doesn't grab my interest too much. It's not, you know, it's a clean card design. It's just not like the best that I've seen. But even so, if we get like a card design, the one in the middle there by FIFA, or by EA for FIFA 21, that would be absolutely superb. The next one is going to be icons. Of course, I had to go with my man Hernan Crespo, my favorite icon in FIFA 20, and I'm looking at that one in the center with that sort of. Now, I should mention here, guys, I have gone for icons in the sense of prime icon moment card designs. I haven't gone with the primes, the mids, or the base ones. The ones that you're seeing here are all specifically created to be prime icon moment cards. The one on the left looks very, very similar to the prime icon moment cards of this year, except it, like, they've just altered it, like the little patterns of it slightly. Don't get me wrong, it still looks pretty decent. The one on the right, I'm kind of a fan of. It's a little bit different, still like obviously the same kind of shape and stuff like that as well, but I like quite a few aspects to it, I suppose. But the one in the middle is brilliant. I love the fact that the guys added that FIFA 20 the FIFA 20 Team of the Year design. It would be great if EA could make those prime icon moment cards look, you know, make them stand out even more for next FIFA. Now, the prime icon moment cards that we saw this year, yeah, they have the dynamic images, which is pretty cool. But for me, they should have like an extra part added to make them look as appealing as Team of the Year cards or something. So I think the way that like the kind of gold crest like addition at the top looks really, really good, and I hope it's something that EA will be able to incorporate. It would be absolutely fantastic. The next one will be the gold cards. A little bit boring, this one. Now, as you can see here, this is what I mean by incorporating new card designs. There's a couple people here, 9311 and ALBRT26 have actually created completely new potential full cards that we could see in FIFA 20, in FIFA 21, and I'm not a massive fan of them. I'm more of a fan of the one on the right than the one on the left. I'm not a huge fan of the one on the left because I don't like I like the bright gold, but I don't like the non-rare type of gold thing that's also with it. Like at the bottom and like the top left and top right corner. I'm not a massive fan of that part too much. I like the card design in the middle as well. That's a pretty decent one that be created by Wolke there, which is pretty decent. So yeah, the gold card designs, they don't really mean too much to me, but I thought I might as well incorporate them into this video. We've got 3 more card designs to look at. The next one will be Team of the Year, and look at that design in the middle. That looks just incredible. Now, a few people may argue, is that a little bit over the top, the one in the middle? I suppose you could say that, but at the same time, Team of the Year cards, as far as I'm concerned, they should be the best looking cards in the game. It's my favorite promo of FIFA 20. And I am a big fan of that card in the middle. Like, just look at that, absolutely superb. The color scheme on it looks absolutely gorgeous. The one on the left, again, looks very, very solid for the most part, but probably would be, I like the color scheme for it, but would probably be a downgrade on the Team of the Year cards. And the same applies to the one on the right. The very nice color scheme card designs, but compared to the Team of the Year designs that we saw this year, those would probably be a bit of a downgrade for FIFA 21, but the one in the middle would be probably an upgrade to the design of Team of the Year cards from this year. So that would be pretty awesome. But just to kind of give like an idea of what kind of potential designs that we could see, because I'm sure that EA will probably take some notice of these designs potentially, who knows. But anyway, the next one is going to be the one to watch cards, and as you can see, the one on the right is something that a guy's completely created his own card for that one. Not a massive fan of that colour scheme. I have gone with Werner there, where she was going to Liverpool, of course. I thought I'd just include the Chelsea badge there, as much as I wish she was a Liverpool badge. So yeah, I mean, I kind of like I like some aspects to it, like the 2 arrows, obviously, that we've seen in previous times for one to watch cards. But for the most part, like that blue color scheme, I don't really think suits one to watch cards that much. The one in the middle looks fantastic, but at the same time, that could easily also be classed as a record breaker type of card. But the guy here, Sisimi06, did say that this was a one to watch card and not a record breaker. But people could easily mistake it as a record breaker type of card. But that's pretty cool. The one on the left, I think, is maybe even the exact card design as this year, maybe slightly different. It's very much like a rainbow kind of theme. I know obviously like the stars in the middle was something that we did see this year from one to watch cards as well. One to watch cards is not my favorite card design. It's a promo that at the start of FIFA is good. I do assume that we'll still get one for next FIFA because I think there still will be a transfer window, but of course I can't see there being that many transfers apart from basically Ziyech and then I can't see there being any more bigger transfers than that, to be quite honest, over the summer. maybe it might be wrong, but even so, once I watched it, when it's out originally, it is kind of good, and then it just gets forgotten about really after the first few months. But anyway, guys, the final card design will be on Player of the Month cards. As you can see here, we've got the Serie A, the Bundesliga, and the Premier League on the right. The one in the middle there for the Bundesliga, really cool card design there. Lazaro 10 has created the one there for the Serie A. Now, I understand the Serie A doesn't have a card design doesn't have a Serie A Player of the Month design. Doesn't have a Serie A Player of the Month in FIFA, but all the other major European leagues do, and I'm sure, no doubt, that the Serie A will be included in stats for next FIFA, no doubt. But the Bundesliga one looks fantastic. The Premier League one as well looks pretty decent, although I kind of really like the design of the Premier League Player of the Month cards for this year, but even so, it still looks pretty nice for the most part. But they are all the FIFA 20 card design, FIFA 21 card designs included in this video. If you want me to do more of these, maybe like a few weeks time or whatever, I'm going to include maybe like flashbacks, man of the matches and stuff like that, let me know in the comment section. But anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys later.